be one of those rare occasions that you've asked me I will ever go on camera with my sister. I never imagined that. Yeah.
So you're looking at us, but I'm looking at you. It's like, wow, it's amazing that you're doing this.
Oh,
Right? It's so brave to do this and put yourself out there. Right? I mean, I would be terrified to do this, right?
Hello. Welcome to our very first video episode of Ladies Let's Glow Up. Let me introduce myself. I'm Syasha.
And I am Mai. We are so excited to bring you our glow from audio to video with these special episodes. If you have been tuning into our audio podcast, you we have been diving into everything that helps us elevate ourselves mentally, physically, and emotionally. We are all about finding your shine and embracing it fully.
Yes, that's right. Our podcast is all about ways to glow up, whether it's through the self-care health tips or inspiring story or powerful interviews from all around walks of life. We have been missioned to empower each other, one episode to another.
And what better way to celebrate our very first episode is by inviting two guests who truly exemplify what it means by glow up. Both of our guests today are shining, who have built incredible careers, stayed true to their roots, and continue to inspire us with their work.
Please welcome our first guest today in Ladies Let's Glow Up. We have Qi Razali and his sister, Datin Norazah.
Hi.
Hello. Thank you for coming here.
Are you guys okay? You girls
We are
okay?
doing good.
We're
We are doing good. Thank you.
Congratulations on your first episode.
Oh, thank you so much. Yeah, we are so excited to bring both of you into our very first episode in video
Yes.
version, because we used to be in audio podcast previously.
Recorded
Right.
and
Yep.
audio.
Right.
Yes.
All right.
And then I want to say something about this.
Sure.
I want to say, Qi, yours are
Yes.
really amazing because we are not, we don't know that we're going to take you. Because I remember when we DM you, within less than 10 minutes,
True.
we got you in
very
and then you were saying yes to us. That's like a bonus point to us.
Yeah, the approach was right, I guess. Yeah, you guys' DM was proper. You guys told me you wanted to do a podcast and how I can fit into the podcast because I saw it was a woman's glow up
True.
thing kan. Macam,
Yes.
kat mana I'm gonna come in kan.
Yes.
You guys explain and yes.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank
you
you.
so
And
much.
you are here now.
Thank you.
True. All right. Well, speaking about glow, right? Today's episode, of course, extra special because we are not joining not only one but two special guests who each shine
Yes.
so definitely so brightly in their own worlds, right? So, yeah.
Exactly.
So first up is a man who truly embodies the spirit of reinvention, from rocking the stage, right, as the drum of Malaysia, iconic indie band, right, OAG, to becoming a lovely actor, host, and creative entrepreneur.
Yeah, quite
Yes.
challenging journey. Colourful journey. It's not just challenging, very colourful journey.
Well, to get success, you have all the challenge, and to get the experience, this is now you.
Well,
And you are now famous with the Babah, movie.
Babah was a break lah. Babah was a good
Really
break. After Babah, it was quite different. Actually, very different. Yeah, I guess people noticed that I can actually act. And people always saw me as a musician, as a host.
Yes,
So Babah put me on the same level as incoming actor.
exactly.
Up and coming Ni baru sebab people they have been acting for 30-40 years. I've only been acting like 10 years, 15 years. Baru
Right.
lagi.
I see.
Yeah, right.
I see.
Or even we didn't know you can act.
Yeah, but I never stop asking. Every premiere ajak kan datang. But they came. Every premiere they came. So yeah.
Yeah, family support is a must.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, right. And now you have a latest single, Sunyi. Am I right?
Oh, that one. Oh yeah, the lagu raya tu. Yes. Yeah, that one. Yeah, I have my music punya effort juga. I have my hosting punya thing. And I have my acting punya thing.
Right.
Yeah.
That's
and
great.
All right.
Also actively pushing the tie-dye punya workshop thing.
Yes, tie-dye.
Yep.
Yes,
Yep.
that's a great one. Yeah.
All right. But here's even more inspiring. Joining you today is your sister.
Yes.
A true powerhouse in the corporate world.
Okay, that's what
Datin
you wrote about me. Let's see what you wrote about her pula. Dengar ajak intro dia.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Datin Norazah, spent about 20 years driving transformation across Southeast Asia. First in law, then rising through the ranks at global consulting, right? Yep. So,
bit of
yeah, a lot.
exaggeration.
Thank you. Yep.
Yeah, but
Go
your
for it.
experience, and then because of course we Google you at the first place, and then we see all your like your experience, and then your in the corporate
Achievements.
world, your achievement in the corporate world, which is, I know it's not easy, but now you're here. So maybe a little bit, if you can share more about you, introduce yourself to the audience.
Yeah, share more.
I'm pretty sure people want to know you more.
Well, apart from being Qi's sister, so I have my own career and my own pathway. Obviously, all the creativity went to him. I had more of the boring corporate life. I started my career, I studied laws. I started out as a lawyer.
I see.
I did that for about a year plus. I didn't think that I had a future in law because I didn't find my passion there.
Oh,
So to switch, I did a master's, I did an MBA.
Yep.
And in those days, if you did an MBA, you either went into consulting or investment banking. I don't know whether it's the same today, but that was it in those days. I went into consulting sort of by chance, and I found that I really enjoyed it. So I stayed for almost 20 years. Most of my career was with BCG in Malaysia and also covering Southeast Asia. And I left in 2017 for partly personal reasons. My children were growing up.
see.
They were going abroad. I wanted to spend time with them, to
I see.
travel, to see them. But I didn't want to, I still wanted to be very much involved in the corporate world, in business, what was happening. Yeah, to still keep my network and to keep myself still active. Right?
I see.
And so then I started joining some boards. So that has kept me active until today. So family-wise, I have 5 children. The oldest, I have triplets. They are 22. My youngest is going to be 14.
Oh, all right.
And 4 boys and a girl. And myself also, as I'm the only girl, I've got 3 brothers.
Oh,
Oh,
Yeah, so it's a very male-dominated family.
Surrounding.
Yes. Yeah. Which actually helps. I mean, being around male my whole life, my entire life. It also helps in my work life. Yeah.
I see.
right. That's why you are powerful.
But that's a funny thing. Like growing up, I had 2 other brothers kan.
Yes.
How I looked at, okay, abang dengan kakak seorang, abang 2 kan. But it was her that taught me how to drive.
Oh.
Maybe dia yang baik. Abang malah layan ke apa, tak tahu kan. Kita jauh kan.
Yes.
But then again, when she ajar drive okay lah kan. I will like duduk dan dia akan ajar kaki tak sampai, dia akan tekan all the clutch semua.
Yeah.
Tapi bila abang ajar, langgar tembok rumah kan.
I become something else.
So daripada situ tengok, okay, abang ajar macam ni, kakak ajar macam ni. Abang best, fun, gelak-gelak semua.
Yeah.
But, and also the takeaway point, I guess he said about passion kan, no passion in law. And then I guess that one we got from our late father. Because I remember from me, dia kata, if you want to do something, do properly lah. Kan? Dia punya cakap, do properly lah. Do all the way, do properly, don't stop.
Right.
Yeah, things like that. I
Right.
think that one ada dekat semua, insyaAllah, I think. Different ways of bringing our own passion, our own
Yes.
feel.
Yes.
Interesting. I mean, it's a mix of, boy
Opposite
and girl.
ni
It's
sebenarnya.
opposite.
Oh,
Yeah.
very opposite. When people
Sebenarnya-
hear that he's my brother, they're like, really? How is that?
Yeah. It's different world. You are into art and you are into
Yeah,
corporate,
very
right?
different,
Very
yeah.
different.
I guess that shows also our upbringing, how okay our parents are with whatever we were interested in.
That's
kan.
true.
Yeah. Yeah. I think even if my family also, one is really studying as if like corporate world, people are looking into that. Let's say if you're in entertainment, people, my family will be like, what are you doing? Because if you want to do properly, it's like, because someone passion on that, because they have talent. Like Qi, you have talent. But of course, some people
Like
will just,
I always say, talent without discipline is zero, serious.
oh yes,
In my
discipline.
experiences, jumpa banyak orang yang
I see.
talented tapi tak ada effort, tak ada
Experience.
Right.
a right pen.
Yes.
Sayang lah talent tu.
True also. Nothing can do if you're not disciplined enough, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
True.
If
So
you're
misah
lazy, you're
antara
done.
you dengan you.
Yeah.
The extra hour you put kan. Same goes to me lah, antara kan. Orang lain kalau practice more,
Mhm.
they do better lah.
I see.
I see.
Yeah, talking about this, right? In terms of family, right? How's your your parents support you in terms of your career, right? Are they like very very supportive? Are they like into like, okay, you guys got to be in very educated line, the corporate line, Yeah, are they have different thought? Yeah.
You want to go first?
Yeah, I think for me, dia letak
Freely,
option
yeah.
because I was different. But then again, my brother also was in a band. So my
Oh,
father
yes.
was already okay with
I
this
see.
kan. So I was the second one. But he did say at the end of the day, kena juga masuk balik college. Whatever you want to do, you
The
have to go
education
back.
very important. Yeah.
Something for back, which is okay. Since I went back and
True.
did my thing in advertising,
Right.
anything I can just have something to fall back on juga if I wanted to. So my dad
Education.
Education is important,
Yeah.
very
but
Very.
not to the point where they start dictating what you need to do, what you need to study.
Yep,
No,
yep.
it wasn't. I think
You
when
were
I
right.
chose law, also my parents were like, okay. And then when I said I wanted to study here in Malaysia, not go overseas, my parents, okay, fine, if that's what you want to do, but just make sure that's what you want to do.
True.
Yeah, but education is important, but then the choices you make after that, I think they were quite relaxed. I mean, for lack of a better
I
word.
see.
Yeah.
Even more so than me. I'm
Oh.
now quite hands-on with my children, but I don't think I don't know. I don't
then
think our
again-
parents were that way.
I think my parents baik je dengan dia kan. Dia orang tiga kan, pandai. Lepas tu dia, masalah dia akan jadi benchmark.
Oh.
Kalau Yaya boleh buat result macam ni kan.
Yeah.
Look at Yaya lah. Please lah, look at Yaya. Macam banyak kan. Kalau mak, kalau apa kan. Kan. So it was but they were very, very supportive
lah.
sangat-sangat lah.
That's
Yeah.
great lah.
True.
They didn't go against us. Kalau dia tahu kita betul-betul minat,
They
I
will
think they will
fully
really
support.
find a way to try and understand,
I see.
figure out what's best juga in that field for us.
Yeah,
Nak
for the
ni,
better
pergilah
future.
belajar lah,
also.
pergi buat
Yeah.
engineering, audio engineering. Maybe go into scoring, belajar ni, nanti jadi cikgu music. So it wasn't just
I mean, whenever you have education, right, you can be anything after that, right? You doesn't need
apply
you're in law and that,
Correct.
right? You can be anything, right?
Yeah, you just
Yeah.
need that basic foundation.
True.
And one thing that our parents always say to me, especially, and my father, me being a female and all that, which I've always remembered, and that has always been a guide to me at the back of my mind. He's always said that I need to be independent,
I see.
and independent, especially being financially independent, have a career and be financially
yep.
independent, and even if you marry someone who can financially support you, otherwise you yourself should be financially
True.
independent.
True.
And that's something that I always carried with me.
I see.
Yeah, and
Right.
that's also part of the drive to continue with my
I see.
career even after I got married, after children and all that. But that's always, and I think it's really helped me. You
Yeah.
have the independence, you have the confidence, and you're not relying on too much on others.
True.
Yeah. That's great advice.
Yeah.
Yeah, be independent as a female. You have to be really, really independent, not to yes, when you say the financially independent, it's very important because anything happen to you, you have your first thing education, and then you have your own money to survive and to build a new life or something like that, right?
Correct.
Yes, exactly.
Yep. I also like the idea. I mean, the how to say the back to the education, right? Because nowadays we know that kids are easily can be an influencer anytime, right? So yeah, but back to the root, they got to have that education so that they can actually implement in many ways.
Yes,
their
and
life, right?
influence people in a good way also.
Yeah,
That's-
I always tell the young ones, people when they ask me, then I would tell them that yes, it's quite easy to be an influencer if you know what to do, what trend to follow kan. But if you have education, then you'll be loud dengan isi, faham tak? You'll have some substance in the things that you're saying. And then whatever you're advocating pun, you're a bit more solid.
Yes.
It's not just following trends because trends will die. One day you will grow old.
True.
Exactly.
And then
Technology and everything, you have to be, more educated on that.
yeah, even if you look at all the actors, all the hosts yang orang yang banyak membaca kan.
Mhm.
The way they speak pun is all different. Lawak dia orang lain.
Yeah.
You know how they carry themselves.
Like more
different.
brainy,
I wouldn't say
information.
brainy, but a bit more engaging.
Yeah, okay.
I wouldn't say brainy. Orang yang kadang tak payah ada any benda pun boleh lawak and engaging. When to use what lah.
True.
Kan?
Yes, yes.
It's good to be interested in all these things, but have a strong core.
That's it.
Yep. Right. All right, Qi. All right. Let's talk about acting. If you don't mind. If you don't mind. All right. Just wanted, we know you are an actor. How did your journey start actually?
Actually, daripada kecil lagi, I was always into all this imagining things, wanting to be Spider-Man, asking that by spider suit, normal, like stuff like that. Only after getting into the industry, first I was a musician, done and dusted dah, aku dah kan semua dah kan. Now it's just as a hobby, and then got into hosting pun I would say I'm quite satisfied with my achievements in hosting. Ada juga kan menang award with a couple of shows juga.
Yeah.
So now it's acting. I really want to grasp what is this art of acting. So the past 5 years, I've been really learning and asking people, meeting people, entering workshops. I want to master this acting so that I can say like, hey, I've explored the art of acting.
I
I
see.
think Babah was quite close to being someone else that I'm not. I'm not married yet. I don't have a daughter. I'm not deaf, So that was quite challenging. Tapi it was one step closer lah to learning how to be an actor kan.
Right. So when you go into Babah, right? How do you, because you say you don't have any experience on as a father figure, or you don't have daughter. So how does it, gain your inspiration to get that role, the character itself? Are you
That
looking at
little kid helped a lot lah sebenarnya. She was very, very easy to work with. Dia sangat-sangat bijak. And she knows what to do, and we bonded quite well. I felt macam sedih pula bila bapak dia datang, dia panggil Babah kan, so duduk pandang. And she look at the real father, and I'm like, okay, ni semua berlakon je. Dia lari kat Babah dia kan. So it was like that cute. It's a special talent lah, Qi Syasha ni. That one, I think if she really minat in this line or whatever she does, she'll shine.
I see.
I can see that in her kan. I hope so lah. And then the rest was my own father jugalah kan, my own late father jugalah. How he treated the family, soft spoken. Kalau marah tu mesti benda dah memang over the line betul-betul punya kan. That's why in that film sekali je dia marah because it was just one time.
Yes. That was the heartbreaking point.
Sama lah because my father pun dia pantang kalau benda yang kita tipu kan.
Yes, of course.
And like ponting sekolah semua, boy stuff semua ni, it's talk lagi lah. Disiplin daripada cikgu disiplin pun ada kan.
Yes.
But things that as a person you do to him, like you lie to him straight to his face, tu dah benda lain.
Yes.
Kan? That would invoke a different emotion.
So do you have a training or like a class before you do? So how long have you do that kind of training class?
For Babah, we started early actually. 1 month before kita dah start jumpa script reading. And then we had a retreat to Langkawi with the cast and directors and producers. Kita bincang. We wrote down a real approach towards acting lah. Ada notebook, buka tulis karakter. Okay, Ishak ni macam ni. Ishak nama apa? Ishak punya nama penuh. Okay. Walaupun tak ada dalam script, but you have to know yourself what it's be about.
Okay.
I started switching. I wear watch on my right side. I switch pergi belah kiri. We wear t-shirts. I wear polo t-shirts. Started
to get that character, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
To get out of Qi character.
And go to Isha. Amazing. And then because right now in Netflix, I think it's been few months already. And I'm
1 month plus.
1 month plus. Okay. And I see there's a lot of people enjoying that again. Because of course it was in a cinema. And then when it comes to Netflix, it's like
Netflix is different.
another level.
Betul.
Because it's go to the global, right?
Global, yes, but dia masuk rumah orang. Dulu kita kena tarik orang go to the cinema. Now it's gone into people's homes.
Yes.
And Netflix ada this tendency where every 1 week dah boring, semua dah tengok. And people like, what's Babah? So they will take. And I went to supermarket hari tu. Ada this one Indian dude came up to me. He was all full of tats, quite young juga, 28, 29. Tengok nama macam tu kan. Dengan earpods saya tengah beli barang. So I'm like, yes. So you can do it from Babah? And I said, yeah. tu awesome film man. Macam it reaches a different audience lah kan.
Yes.
Lepas tu kita pun pilih barang ni senyum kan.
And you have a happy day already.
Made
Yeah.
my day. Made your day.
That's good lah. I'm really glad I'm part of that because at least one part that people talk about is a film like that.
Mhm.
Values,
Yes.
good message and stuff like that.
That's amazing. I love Babah. I cried a lot, many times. And then I want to rewatch it again. I feel like, okay, get ready, Syasha, because you're gonna cry again. Because it's very touching and it's very close to my heart too.
Yeah.
Being a
Thank you.
father and
So
then
much.
kids, and then because I'm, daughter, right? So of course, like we understand, like we always want the father's love more. So yeah, really, really inspiring.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Thank you.
Keep inspiring us more.
Keep inspiring, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, talking about this, you keep glowing. I mean, from the Babah, that people like recognize you. I mean, the fans come to you. I mean, I'm sure a lot of fans outside there, right? In your career, right? What was defining moment that you feel like glowing? Like, is there any like moment in your, Babah's movie that
Maybe not really
sparked-
before Babah. Maybe it was
Yeah.
earlier when I thought like macam I don't want to be anyone else.
Mhm.
I have to glow or shine
Yes.
and be me. Qi Razali is Qi Razali lah.
Yeah, or to be on your own.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's got this squeaky voice sometimes when he speaks bila dia excited, and then he's got his way of his nuances of how he smiles, how he walks. That's Qi Razali. I don't like to follow people. So that was the moment when I said like, okay, if I want to be me, I better put myself out there. Be at par dengan orang lain. Whatever it takes, aku kena belajar. So the glow up moment was to realize that I need to be myself to be successful. You may have all these idols, all these references, all these people, all your heroes, but you have to be you to success juga.
Okay. That's a really good word.
I would say
Like
like
to be yourself, for you to
Personal brand.
shine, and then it's like kind of your aura also.
Yeah, you
Like,
cannot take their glow and make it your glow. Their glow is just to show the light, know your ways. Oh, ni jalan dia. Then you glow, your glow.
true.
yeah,
Macam
it's your own
itulah
self.
the pemahaman, my understanding.
In a way that creating personal brand, I would say.
Yes, very much.
Brand, right?
Mm.
Yeah.
Because in your industry, you really need to build your own personal brand.
Yeah, I think
People
so.
know you for your acting or your films or your whatever.
Yeah,
TV
because it was a
posting.
music kan.
Yeah, it was
The musician, the drummer, ni. And then dia host, dia
Yeah.
travel host, pengembara, jalan-jalan. And now I want to brand myself as director pula.
Yeah, I started to know you for the the host one,
Oh,
because I remember.
just nasi budget.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Travel
When I was so young that time, this was in TV show.
Yeah, actually,
So I remember-
alhamdulillah lah. Actually, I'm quite blessed actually. The career semua dapat benda-benda yang I like to do.
Mhm.
I see.
And like I like to travel, like to play music.
Because you're being yourself, you're enjoying that passion also.
Yeah, but it was work lah kan. Most of the time realize pun tengok balik pun macam all these places, banyak tempat kau pergi kan. But it was all work pun. I don't really remember like as in a holiday place kan.
Yeah.
Tengok balik episod tu macam sampailah sini semua.
Now, you are into tie-dye business? Yeah,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
Maybe you want to
Tie-dye business, I don't sell
Story.
t-shirts.
how
As in like I tak jual t-shirts.
yeah,
I sell the program. And then
our program.
yeah, every month we try to arrange 3 or 4 programs. Like I have 2-3 people, someone helping me out, like macam Hafiz, Wan, Abel semua ni. So we will lot with schools, we go to schools, pergi ke pusat-pusat anak-anak yatim.
Mhm.
I see.
And there's one coming out in Melaka, and then we have to go to JB. We just give a workshop
That's busy.
with people because tie-dye, I like tie-dye.
Okay,
And then bila nak buat tie-dye tu macam renyah. A lot of work
Yeah,
be
no-
done kan, you get yourself dirty and blah blah blah. A lot of things you need to mix, but colour tak mix. So we do everything for you. We do the hard part. We just bring everything easy. You just do your workshop.
Oh, how do you get the inspiration to do a tie dye?
I like tie-dye.
Oh,
So if I don't like tie-dye, I don't think I can have the patience and the passion to push
so you
when it's
learn.
gonna, start kan.
So you learn how to do a tie dye because you like it, and then you learn it, and then you
Yeah.
are inspiring others, and then do a workshop for others who want.
That's why I tak nak buat t-shirt je.
Mm.
The t-shirt banyak taste, banyak orang like, dia ni suka, dia ni tak
Agree,
suka. So I just
disagree.
do the workshop.
Yes, yes,
Oh, I see.
Jual t-shirt stress kan. Buat t-shirt ni orang tak suka.
yeah.
Kenapa mahal sangat kan?
Even nowadays also people like to do workshop, like maybe in a company
Banyak.
or
Every
people would-
weekend ada some arts and
Oh,
craft
every-
punya event.
True.
Last week was Almina.
True.
Next week is something else. Nanti next week dia ada
Okay.
Cebong pula. Then ada Melaka pula.
would travel around Malaysia.
Yeah,
Bawa
to
tie-dye
struggle.
around Malaysia.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's also art of,
Yes.
expressing art, right? Doing this tie-dye. We don't understand art.
Really express art.
We don't understand art via tie-dye. Yeah.
Sorry?
I mean, it's a form of expression your art
Yeah,
into
some
this, right?
people paint, some
Yeah.
people this. I like the
You
colour.
like colourful.
Sebab bila
And the mix
ikat
the
tu,
colour.
it's like an experiment.
Mhm.
Ikat tu lama, ikat kan 2-3 jam, then you colour, it's like you zone out kejap. Don't think about your work or whatever kan.
Yes, yes.
Bila buka tu kecil, and it's like wow.
So have Datin tried dye before?
No, I've not. I have not. I have not. I've never had the chance to try it.
I see.
You should do it, Qi.
Maybe I will get something
To a
nice lah.
family event.
Family, yeah.
Yes, yes.
Maybe for she, right? For the upcoming project, maybe you want to
Ah.
say
Okay, after
What's
Babah,
after
honestly, there have been more people paying attention, more people noticing.
I
So
see.
I have done a couple of casting juga, a few
Okay.
films that I'm hoping I get. There's a few great ones in there, tapi baru casting. I finished one film and I finished a couple of tellies juga. Yeah, the acting schedule is very, very healthy,
Mhm.
especially after Babah. But I tak nak ambil banyak sangat role yang jadi bapa.
Okay.
Kalau boleh, we tukar jadi lain pula.
Another
If not, dia
character.
stereotype nanti kan terus jadi bapa. Terus nanti masuk TV3 pun jadi bapa. Astro pun jadi bapa.
Is it like trend? Once you start
If
with
the
that,
actor
they like
bawa
then
diri
they,
dia macam tu lah.
But actually, I like your. Did you see what was your previous one?
Oh, War on Terror tu.
Yeah, I really like that. Did you see that one?
The action
Oh,
one.
you should see that. That
What?
one, he was a terrorist, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh.
that was. Yeah,
that
I
was
enjoyed
so
that movie.
different, right?
Yeah.
Mana
Oh.
different.
You should see it.
Yeah, that was the fast-paced one.
Mhm.
Oh, okay.
Bom-bom KL semua. Tu aja dia jahat lah.
That was evil
I
side.
see.
Oh, okay, okay.
Very
Very
different.
different from Babah, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, very different side.
I should watch. I
Yeah,
should spend
War on
time
Terror.
watching.
Yeah, you must
can
watch
go.
that
War
one.
on
That one's
Terror,
good.
KL Anarchy. You can try.
Oh,
watching that.
okay. All right, great. For the young creators, for your advice to the young creators out there, right?
Yang
As-
creators.
Creators, right? What advice you want to give to them who are looking for their path into this, this hosting, this
In the entertainment
acting.
world, right?
yeah,
like every
entertainment
day.
world.
Yes. Like the youngsters, how
Okay,
do you
I think it's not wrong if you are very, very keen and interested to go into the entertainment industry world. But make sure you know there's a huge competition out there. So equip yourself with knowledge and skills. Talent alone is not enough. If you want respect, earn it. Don't demand respect. Show what you can do. Don't just talk.
Mhm.
And all these things that you've heard before is true. So just equip yourself with knowledge. First thing first, penuhkan ni dengan penuhkan ni, and then ni semua keluar cantik. InsyaAllah.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Good advice.
Yeah.
Yeah, because nowadays
Basic
people
advice, but you just need to check up balik kan.
yes, basic advice, but you need to practice it also
Yeah.
at the same time. Of
Mm.
course, even though because sometimes
And
yes,
sometimes lowering ourselves to
Mhm.
say, okay, dia salah. That's the only way you can learn.
you mean be humble.
Okay, imagine at my age. Yeah, and I said, okay lah, aku dah cukup ilmu dah. And I don't. Tak adalah ni semua. Itu pendapat dia. Ni.
Mhm.
If I close myself, how do I grow? Tutup lah. So ilmu sampai sini je. Takkan dah cukup dah sampai sini je kan.
Yes, yes.
Sometimes even the younger one, tu dia orang experience lain.
Keep learning that,
Nothing
right?
wrong with learning with someone younger kan.
Yeah.
No, tu pun kadang-kadang teaches me stuff about trains lah, planets lah. That one nephew kan.
Okay, okay.
So yeah, never close yourself to knowledge and
You know, even nowadays, so
chill and admit
everything.
when you're wrong.
Yeah,
Apologize, learn, grow.
apologize, learn, and grow.
I'm sure you met a lot of youngsters, right? They're, I don't know, these
Oh, big headed.
for
Oh, bukan.
for this how do they actually mix around, right, with those your generation? Are they
Some do, some don't.
with them?
Some do, some don't. Honestly, yeah,
Mhm.
I think it's a normal world. Like some people, they are cool about it. They work about it. Some people are purely professional, which is fine. We're just there to do our work. We don't have to, engage anymore.
Yeah.
But if there are things that they want to know, they can ask. They can just ask.
Right.
Sometimes I may sit alone, look intimidating, but I'm not. I can just say hi and then I'm okay to talk to. Kadang duduk kat set tu memang tak campur orang, diam-diam sendiri kan.
Introverts maybe.
Nampak je garang tapi tak kan.
Right.
Itulah.
Yeah.
Great.
I wish all the young ones the best and always have that extra push in you.
True. Yep.
And you say just now, discipline also important.
Very
Discipline is important in any industry you want to be in, right? Discipline is
Everything.
focus is
Exactly.
important.
Exactly. Now
Yeah.
can go to the segment with Datin.
Okay.
So yes, corporate world, we have so many things we want to, get inspired from. Especially when you introduce yourself just now, you have like a good corporate line for 20 years and more, and then you started from law, and then you're a board of directors in Sime Darby, right? And then so like same, almost the same question like she just now. When do you start? I mean, I know how you started. Just like how do you find your way on glowing yourself to get the achievement that what you want, and then now you're standing here. So if you think back about maybe 20 years ago or something like that, so what do you think about yourself and how the experience that you have, all the that you push yourself to get what you want until now? So maybe you can share to the audience on your steps or way or maybe your tips.
Well, if I first started out, if anyone asked me where I would see myself 20 years from then, now I wouldn't know, right? So to me, it's learning as I went along the way. And I have to say, alhamdulillah, I've been lucky that I've stumbled into careers. I use the word stumble because sometimes I don't actively look, or I may be actively looking at something else, but something else actually turns out.
Yep.
And sometimes that happens, right? You think, this is what I want to do. This is the right thing for me, but it didn't work out. But then something else, it presents itself.
Yes.
So my journey has been pretty much that way. So I never thought I would go into consulting, for instance. But I got introduced to a company in Singapore, and then they said, come and work and see if you like it, because they wanted to open an office in KL.
Yeah.
And so I went into it and I enjoyed it. And then after that, I came back to KL and joined BCG. And it was, it's quite an eye opener for me. I mean, the people that I work with, the different industries. But the best thing was actually the learning. And then I'm sure you would know that as well. It's you learn every day, right? Every day you learn something new. And as Qi says, the learning doesn't need to be confined to people who are more senior than you. You learn from those who are younger than you. And one thing that I miss sometimes about consulting, but I still get a chance to do it in the boards that I sit on, is to work with the younger people, because that's when you learn so much, right? Otherwise, you never be able. I mean, you learn obviously from those who are more experienced than you, but really a lot of the new ideas, the fresh ideas actually come from those who are much younger from you. So for me, it was that journey of finding something that I enjoyed doing. And so I put in a long hours, but it's tiring, but it wasn't painful because I was enjoying it. And I had very supportive people, supportive mentors, people who helped push me forward, open doors for me, and so that I was able to progress. And there's no way you can do it alone, right? You need a lot of that support. And I also have my husband who is I wouldn't say super supportive of my career, but he didn't stand in my way. He's like, okay, if you want to do it, go ahead. If you don't want to do it, it's also fine. But if you want to pursue a career, go ahead. And, we will figure out how we manage the family and the home and so on. So I think for me, it's not like one big glow moment. It's just many, many, many steps along the way. And as I said, alhamdulillah, I've been very lucky that I've had a lot of people along the way who have been very supportive and has helped me to get to where I am.
Right.
Yeah.
And sometimes like we shouldn't give up. Like whatever obstacle that we have also, we just go with it. Things happen. Sometimes roadblock is always on the way.
Yeah.
And then but how that you try to get, step out from there is that always the key, right?
Yeah.
Because sometimes when you go back, you're 20 years ago, of course, you have so many things that happen, and then you don't know what's your future, what is the best for you, but you're just going to just do it.
Yes.
Because I like it, I want to do it, and
Yes.
whatever you do, you just,
Exactly. And as I said, sometimes the pathway that you think is,
Mhm.
or the next immediate thing is what you want to get to, and you don't get that. I mean, don't be disheartened, because that may mean something else is there for you, right?
Yep.
This is
Yes.
not meant for you. And that's what I tell my children as well. Sometimes you want to pursue something so badly and it didn't happen. That's okay.
That's fine,
maybe
yeah.
God has planned something else for you.
True,
Yes.
true.
And I find that in my, in all my years that I've gone through, it does work that way. You have a plan, but sometimes, that is not what's planned for you.
Yeah,
So
maybe it's not your time yet.
not your time, or not for you, or something else is better for you. So that's the most important thing as well, is to have faith in that.
Well, talking about the family upbringing, right? So we have touched that your parents are very supportive into that, and your husband, very supportive as well. And the kids, how do you actually influence the kids to pursue their study? Are you like, are they already have their minat, the interest on certain areas?
Yeah.
Or they already
So
have that?
yes, so my kids are, well, the four are much older.
I see.
So they are already pursuing areas which they want to, where they have interest in. For me, I think the important thing, as we mentioned just now, as we discussed, is the education. So that has always been a priority for me and my husband. If we need to invest, that's the first thing we invest in, is our children's education. And we have invested quite a lot in their education to make sure that, they have that basics. Once they have that, then where they are today, they have selected their own fields, where they want to be, what they want to do. And I think they are quite clear. So insyaAllah, they can move forward with,
Yeah, they can follow your footsteps also one day.
Yes, I mean, they have asked me about consulting and so on.
Oh, all right.
Yeah, I am neither encouraged nor discouraged, because I share what it's like, the ups and downs, the pros and cons, but it's their choice, so it's not all.
Yes.
I've never, I think, like our parents, we didn't prescribe, right? So we just show, okay, once you see your children's interest, then you try and guide and say, okay, maybe think about this as the pathway. But you choose it, right? You choose where you want to go. But education, that one is non-negotiable. That one, you have to finish your degree. You have to, at least get that basics.
Yes. In terms of the next step, right? I was curious about your mentors. Like along the way, we all have our own person that we see to, like the mentor or maybe your idol or something like that. Whatever people describe, I would say mentor. So maybe you can share who's your mentor and how this she or he is really impact you and in your personally and your career as well.
Yeah, I wouldn't say it's one single individual. As I go through my career or through my life, you meet so many people and you observe, right? And you take certain qualities or certain learnings from the different people that you observe. So it can, start from my own parents, what they've gone through, their own advice. So you take some of that. Okay, and you also see some mistakes maybe your parents have done, so you try to avoid those, right?
True.
And as I go through my career, I've worked with bosses who have guided me and, like I said, given me opportunities.
All right.
And well, just to share, because we touched a little bit about women earlier on, right? Women, and you were asking about the women's program or the women's initiative. So back in my career, we were looking at this like 20 odd years ago, and in my career at BCG, for instance, I had taken a lot of time out, and it was very uncommon in those days to take time out, but I was able to. So every time I had, I was expecting, so I would take time out.
Wow.
Yeah.
Then when I come back, I would work part-time, or I would work in a different role.
Yeah.
But there were bosses, those who were the senior partners who gave me that opportunity and made that possible for me. That was also the reason why I could stay so long, and I stayed 17 years at BCG because this was made possible. Part of, I enjoyed the work, I enjoyed the teams that I was working with, I enjoyed the learning, but I also had people who made it work for me, or tried to make it work for me. So those were also my I'd say my mentors, people that I go to.
Yeah.
And there was at one point, I was getting a little bit anxious because I was seeing that my cohort, people who had joined at the same time as me, were moving faster, right? Getting promoted faster. And I was like, oh my God, I'm not a partner, I'm almost 40. What's happening? So I had a discussion with one of the, he was the CEO at that point, and he said to me, I mean, it was a simple advice, but it really landed on me. He says, this is not it's not a sprint. It's a marathon, and you pace it, and it's your journey, right? So don't compare with others. Compare it with yourself, where you were and where you're going to next. And it's a long journey, right? So don't. So what if you're 2-3 years behind? So what? But you have to do it at your own pace, right? And you will get to where you want to get to. So I have individuals like this around me or throughout my career that have given advice and that I could seek advice from.
I'm sure people more relate on when you're saying that people like more ahead than you.
Yes.
And then you are thinking, even sometimes when you're at, let's say my age, right? Say, I see people like maybe they get promoted, they get maybe a house, maybe whatever they achieve in their life, and then you don't have that. And then you feel anxious, you say you're not good enough, and so on. But that is how people need to know that you have to be yourself, like just go with your own pace, right? That's a good advice. Because people need to know that it's your own journey, it's your own way on your life.
Yeah. And when you're young, you always think short term, right? What's next year? What's next 2 years? Once you get to my age, actually you think like, it's actually no. I mean, 10 years goes by very quickly. So don't worry, don't sweat the small stuff, So just you have to think longer terms.
Yes.
In a longer term, have a longer term perspective of where you want to get to.
I hope that the audience will, really take this note and then, practice it, because it is a simple advice, but it's actually that you have to understand yourself better.
Yeah, true. So when I got that advice, I was like, yeah, okay, that makes sense. There's nothing wrong with my life. Okay, so stop comparing. Stop comparing. I think when you start comparing, I mean, of course you can look at others and say, oh, what have they done well? Can I learn from that? That's fine, but you don't have to be them, right? You have your own pace. I mean, like Qi is like an actor. At what age? Sorry, but it's like okay, but it's you're doing it at a point where you are ready for it. So not a problem.
Can't compare it.
It's certain if I see a 5-year-old actor winning awards, I cannot put down kan.
Yes,
You're right.
Can't give up because of that. Can it macam okay.
That people achievement, their hard way, they earn it, right? That's why.
See, what is it that they have? What is it they put in extra? And you try. And I think I've come to terms like this is my journey.
Yes.
Yeah.
And we have along the way, we have a lot of, how to say, the achievement can be many things, right?
Exactly.
Achievement, small little things can be achievement as well, right?
Yes.
All right. So talking about your journey in PCG and right, you also involve yourself into women empowerment, women initiative program. We are so excited to know a little bit about that. How do you your contribution, and how do you see that program?
I was a lot more active when I was at BCG, to be honest, because that was when BCG as an organization was trying to push that agenda and trying to educate and make sure that people understood why this is important. Because there was a lot at that point in time. I hope less so now. But at that point in time, when we talk about the women's agenda and why we need more women, there was always that sort of misconception that, does this mean that we're going to lower the bar? just make it easier for women to succeed. But that was not the idea, right? And that is not the idea today. And when you think about it, it's just that because we see a lot of women with potential to become leaders and so on, dropping off along the way for various reasons, right? Personal reasons and so on. So when you look at the top, you look at the CEOs, for example, or boards, you see less women than men, right? So that was what we were trying to solve. So it's not about lowering the bar, not about making it easier, but it's leveling the playing field. What are the challenges that women have? Women who are talented, women who have potential, they want to achieve, but what's actually holding them back, or what's actually stopping them from moving. So it was just trying to remove those barriers. And in my instance that I shared, okay, so if I have commitments outside of work, personal commitments, how do you make it work? And that's when the ability to work part-time, the ability to take time out and then come back, and then you still have a position. Because I think for a lot of women as well, unfortunately, if you step out, when you want to come back, that job is not there anymore. Right? So it's working around those mechanisms, how to make sure that it's seamless lah. It's not easy, but if you don't do it, it's not going to happen organically. You need to take the effort, right, to make it happen. And then there are things, so that's around more structural things that can be fixed. And then there's also around the softer side, right? Communication, building up confidence in women. So sometimes women, not all, I mean, not to generalize, but us women, sometimes we are more risk averse sometimes, or we are more scared to take to step up. Or maybe sometimes we think, in my case also, sometimes I think, oh, I'm not good enough, I don't want to do it. So it's just building up that confidence to say it's okay, right? You have to step up, and then when you step up, you get into the role, you will grow into that role. So don't worry too much about that. So those were a lot of the things that I used to do and get involved with. Today, less so. I mean, the companies I'm with, they have their own programs, and sometimes we will have that dialogue where I try to get involved. But what I try to do now is more on a one-on-one basis, so rather than large programs and so on, but with younger women that I know, that I've worked with, if there's any way that I can contribute or to assist. And also those women that I come across in the organizations that I'm with, right? If there's opportunities to open doors for them and push them forward, I try to do that.
Very inspiring.
Thank you.
I like it because it feels like it's not a laughing kind of conversation right now, but actually whatever your advice is, your key point is there, and it's something, especially even for myself personally, I feel like it's very helpful for me to grow. Maybe next year or 5 or 10 years, that I'm still remember whatever your advice right now. It must be helps in the future, obviously. Because sometimes simple, when people give you advice, a simple advice, it's always really helps. Maybe not now, but maybe in future. You will find some way on that, right?
Yes. We may have different lives and so on, but there's still some common things that we face. So sometimes, the experience that I've gone through may resonate with you at some point in your life as well. Yeah, and to an extent that I can share that, then why not, right?
Yes.
It's actually linked to our,
our own aim also, because since we are a podcast, we want the women to feel shine, glow yourself. It's not about skincare, right? It's all about yourself. The way that you have your knowledge, that is where you glow, because you are doing your best yourself. Like, I'm not saying it's skincare, but there's so many things. When I say glow, it's everything is needed time, experience, your knowledge, and how do you face your consequences, and then how you step out and from there, and how you build your confidence, be not in your comfort zone. Sometimes people will just tend to in a comfort zone, and we want to, okay, why not I try something like this, like what we are doing right now. We are not like really like you can talk in front of camera. For us, like, it's not it's very unusual.
Try, right?
Yes.
Push yourself. Because if you don't want to take the risk, you will not know. Sometimes it's okay to fail. But you learn from that failure, right? And the glow, to me, when you say glow, I think it's really the confidence. But if you don't try, you always play it safe, you'll never build that confidence.
And you never be, better or success.
Yeah.
True.
Yes.
The inside glow, the confidence.
Yes.
Outside glow is the cosmetic, like that.
Yes, the cosmetic or the brands, or the clothes or something. Yeah.
Would you like to use that word glow, kan? All these
Mhm.
cosmetics.
Yes. Yeah.
So it's an inside glow. I understand.
Yes. Because we want to bring our aura.
Mm.
It's something that we want to. It's not like we have this podcast for the audience. It's also for us also
Yeah.
to build ourselves.
Yeah.
The only way audience will learn is when you learn yourself, kan?
Yes.
Yeah.
You learn with the
Yep,
audience,
yep.
lah, like that.
Sometimes when friends also, like your
Mm.
closest friends see you 5 years ago and they see you now, they can see you're actually like growing, like you're glowing also in the same time. You are looks better than the 5 years ago. Yeah.
Maybe 12 months from now, so you want to look back at this conversation, right? And see where you are already 12 a year from now.
Yes.
Yeah, and then you laugh macam, alamak, kenapa kita gelabah sangat kan?
Yeah. I'm so yeah. Yeah.
Actually, when we first started, right, we of course we started somewhere.
I remember that this is the first time when we sitting here, we like blank, like everything, nothing. You
I
can't
understand.
think about anything.
True.
Yeah, but as we grow, we know how to, try to learn and try to improve ourselves in the same time. Because it's part of learning. There's
Yeah, it
nothing
is.
right or wrong. Obviously, we do make mistake in between, but we
For sure.
of course want to do better.
As a host, I think all you need to do is just prepare. Prepare so that you know your guest punya interest. So anything you will ask based on their interest. Then you can guide them.
And you can be our mentor.
If you have any questions, you can ask. I have no problem with that. Prepare. For a host, prepare. If you're not interested, audience won't be interested. You cannot
Yes.
tipu that thing.
Yes, exactly.
One thing about nowadays, right? People are like true into social media, right? People.
Mhm.
I mean, we have a lot of outside people who judge us, right?
Judge you.
That makes us feel
Insecure. Oh yes, yeah.
And
Sometimes when we say
Are you
something,
talking about content?
yeah, the content.
Some content you want to
Yeah,
put it,
yeah.
you're afraid people might laugh at you, like, why is this two dancing in front of pavilion, stuff like
Yeah,
that.
yes.
If that's what you want to do, do it.
Mm-hmm.
Kan?
Yeah.
There are a lot of haters also sometimes.
Yeah, but that's why I think, of course, you got to
Nowadays,
know
very
your
easy,
right
right?
and wrong, why you're doing it lah.
Yes.
Why are you doing it? If you know why you're doing it, then do it lah. At least it will filter out siapa ni, or at least you know, oh, ni semua haters, okay. And you can focus on those who support you kan.
Yeah. Even sometimes in our, social media also, like sometimes friends also like thinks like you're not doing bad thing. Obviously,
Probably
you're doing
new
something
things lah. When you want to do new
you were like,
things.
because people
You
didn't see
don't know,
that.
alamak, kakak cakap macam mana ni kan. Mak cakap macam mana ni.
Yes.
people's perception. It's always like,
I guess.
it's always
Yeah.
us, right?
Yeah.
I guess you need to
people's
know lah
first.
kot, the fine line as entertainment and not to offend others
Mm.
kan.
Yep. Like we just now we say about content,
Just
but
doing
you have
your thing is fine. You
yeah.
believe in it.
Yeah,
Okay lah.
that's important if you believe in it, right? Clear why you're doing it.
Yeah.
And you
Just
think
do
it's
it.
not wrong, and it's not, it's good. It is something
At least if
inspiring.
you believe in the message you want to bring out something, maybe other people don't see it yet, then if you believe in it, push it lah. What's wrong with that kan? Okay je.
Be confident, right?
Yeah. It's like, glow up lah kan.
Yeah,
From the
glow up.
inside.
Yes.
Don't be afraid to do mistakes pun.
Okay. So Datin, sorry, one more question about the role model outside of family. We are curious. Who are your, role model?
Oh, so apart from the people that I've worked with that
Yes,
I've mentioned, actually, like I said, there's so many. But if I want to pick one, okay, someone this is like an international person that I don't even know, but I watch her when she speaks and I read her book, Indra Nui, PepsiCo ex-CEO. I don't know whether you've listened to her speak or read her book, but what I like about her is that she is obviously smart, but she's so genuine and so authentic, right? When she speaks, this is who you see, right? This is the person. This is the, I'm not trying to be some big CEO when she is, but when she speaks about herself, her family, her children, her mother, you can resonate with that and all that she has gone through, right? So I don't know her obviously, but just watching her video is like, yeah, okay, I get it. I kind of relate. So that I would say is someone that I admire from afar. Yeah. And then there are just people around me that, I just see some of the good qualities that I would, yeah. I'm a bit hesitant to say one person because then it's like, okay, why not this person? Why not that person? Because there's just so many, many you can pick from. There's just different people that are different qualities that I observe and, try to learn from as I go along. Yeah.
The one that resonates with you the most, I guess. Can. A lot of inspiring people out there, but the one that resonates with you the most?
Yeah. Like right now, so I'm looking at both of you.
I can understand this guy. I understand this guy. Okay.
So you're looking at us, but I'm looking at you. It's like, wow, it's amazing that you're doing this.
Oh,
Right? It's so brave to do this and put yourself out there, right? I mean, I would be terrified to do this, right? Yeah.
We were so scared at the time. But when we started, of course, because when the first started, of course, you were like, the first time you're doing it, you don't know what to expect, you don't know what to do, and even you prepare so many things. When you're front camera, you just blank. But we learned. Yes, we learned.
Yep.
So we're almost close to the time. So I have a question. Since we're talking about glow, right? So what means glow to each other of you? I mean, like to you, you see the glow from your sister, and then to you, what's glow that you can see from your brother?
What? Oh.
Oh,
Okay, no.
Family. Oh.
yeah, you can see glow from Qi.
Each
Yes.
other.
Yeah.
See.
I think.
Okay, another deep thing.
No, I think for her, for me, it's quite easy. I think it's her focus and her determination. If she wants something, chances are she'll get it. She put her mind to it. I think that's how I see it.
Yes.
When I get to see all the abang, the kakak, and
Yeah.
I think for me, her determination and her focus, her discipline.
And what about you?
Dia kalau nak cakap dia fun tu tak tahu sangat dia garang ke tak kan. Gurau-gurau tu tak banyak sangat. Dia garang sikit tapi the focus, the determination and the discipline.
Yeah, right.
That's her.
Yes. Yep.
I would say,
Cakap.
but is again, she putting himself out there.
I see.
Being a public personality, right? I'm a very private person. I would never, sometimes to do this podcast, but I wouldn't do. But since he asked me, I was like, okay. Yeah. So I'm very, very private. And I think Chi's ability and to put himself out there, I think that's a big glow. And obviously the creativity. Like I said, I don't have any creativity, not single. All the boys got it, and not me. Yeah.
Interesting. Thank you for getting us to say this on camera.
Yes, now you record it forever.
Yeah, you can play back anytime.
So where can we watch this? Where can the audience watch this? I mean, where can we see
Yes,
this?
we do have YouTube. So we're going to publish this in our YouTube. We call it Ladies Let's Glow Up.
Ladies, let's glow up.
Yes.
Ladies,
So we're
let's
going to
glow
put
up.
like a QR, so people can just scan it and then you can just subscribe and follow.
All right.
And then obviously we're going to have lots of contents in the future.
All the best.
Yes, thank you. And of course, we're still doing our audio podcast and doing these, ways or steps that may help people to glow up in confidence in many ways. Because sometimes we just need someone to give you motivation, or sometimes you just need to listen and then just, oh, okay, I have to do that.
I think this is going to be one of those rare occasions that you've asked me I will ever go on camera with my sister. I never imagined that.
I thought of it.
Yeah. But then again, thank you so much for having us also for your first episode.
Thank you so much
Thank you.
for your
Thank
time. Yep. I think the key takeaways is actually in order for you to glow, you got to grow, and you have your own. Don't be scared of your own journey, right? Never ever based on people's perception, but what is your interest. Go ahead and
focus and do it.
Yeah,
Like,
you have
really
your
do
own pace and
Your own journey.
just proceed.
Yeah. Yes.
Right.
Yes. To the audience, thank you so much for tuning in. I hope that all the guests, advice and then all the things, the key takeaway that really helps you, and then it's gonna be, glow up on yourself, because your glow is your own journey. You need to do by yourself. You always need to listen to people advice and then do it. Be practices as you go. You can grow on yourself. Be confident. Be disciplined. What else? Be
yourself.
be yourself. Be you, and you can glow and shine.
True.
Yes.
All right then.
All right. Thank you so much, Qi
Thank you so
and
much.
Datin, and thank you
Datin.
so much
Yep.
for your time. I enjoy both of you.
Yep. We really enjoyed
Yes,
this.
especially Datin. We never thought that you are. You would say yes to this because I know you're a really private person. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was surprised actually she said yes.
No, because I was like, okay, I'm free. So
Oh, actually, I was still. Yeah, actually, we still doubting. It's like, is it really Datin coming? Because I know
Because
she's
when you said it was about women's glow up and stuff like that, you were explaining your angle. I just
Yeah.
thought like have someone prominent in the woman in the industry, then
Why
it'll
not?
be a good balance. If not, it'll be one-sided
Yeah.
sangat kan. It'll be too entertainment and your first episode
Mm-hmm.
already talking to a guy.
Yeah. Yes.
Ah.
Yes.
Need a balance lah, you about women kan.
Yeah.
I'm supposed to be the support je kat sini.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you guys. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe our YouTube, Spotify, Instagram, and TikTok.
Ladies, let's go up.
Yeah.
Or something.
Boleh, but you can't forget. Kakak ada. So they're not 100% yang
You need to balance, right?